Have you ever been in a relationship that feels fine? It's good, but you can't shake the feeling that it could be great. You're not constantly anxious. There's no high drama, but you also don't feel that deep sense of calm and freedom you hear people talking about. It's a common place to be. Stuck in a relationship that is okay, but doesn't feel fully alive or truly secure. That gap between a good enough relationship and a genuinely secure one often comes down to a few core ingredients that are either there or they're not. A lot of us think a secure relationship means perfect harmony, but honestly, that's a myth. Real security isn't about never fighting, it's about how you come back together after a fight. It's not about being attached at the hip 24/7, about feeling connected even when you're apart. So, what does secure attachment actually look like day to day? How do securely attached couples handle the small, ordinary moments that really define a partnership? I'm not just going to list four abstract ideas. I'm going to show you what they actually look and feel like in real life. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear blueprint for building a relationship that has both deep closeness and true liberating independence. Now, the first pillar of a secure relationship is a delicate balance between closeness and independence. Pop culture loves to sell us this idea of love as two halves making a whole. But in a secure relationship, it's about two whole people who choose to build a life together without losing who they are in the process. So, what does that mean, really? It means you love being intimate, both emotionally and physically, but you don't feel like you're being swallowed up by the relationship. You can share your deepest stuff with your partner, but your self worth is not hanging on their reaction. At the same time, you and your partner don't just tolerate each other's individual passions, you actively encourage them. There's no panic or suspicion when one person needs some alone time or wants to hang out with their own friends. It's not seen as a rejection, but as a healthy thing that ultimately fuels the relationship. Let's paint a picture. Imagine one partner, Sarah, wants to take a weekend long pottery workshop by herself. In an insecure dynamic, this could be a total disaster. An anxious partner might immediately think, why does she want to get away from me? Am I not enough? What if she meets someone while she's there? They might guilt her into staying or blow up her phone all weekend because they can't soothe their own anxiety. On the other side, an avoidant partner might just shut down and say, fine, whatever, I'll make my own plans, using that time to create even more distance and to prove to themselves that they don't need anyone anyway. In a secure dynamic, the vibe is completely different. When Sarah brings up the workshop, her partner, Sean, might say, that's awesome. You've been wanting to do that forever. Is there anything I can do to help make that happen? He isn't threatened by her independence because his security isn't based on her being there every second of the day. He trusts their connection. And Sarah feels totally confident taking this time for herself, knowing it's not going to damage her relationship. She knows that when she comes back, buzzing with energy from her new hobby, Sean will be excited to hear all about it. See, that right there is interdependence. I'm me, you're you, and we are us. It's a dynamic where your independence actually makes the connection stronger, not weaker. The second non negotiable element is a very specific kind of communication. It's not just about talking more, it's about talking with the goal of being clear, honest, and emotionally present. In secure relationships, talking is for building bridges, not throwing up walls. So, what does this look like? It means using direct language, usually with I statements, to explain what's going on inside of you. So, instead of saying, you never listen to me, you might say, when I'm trying to talk and you're on your phone, I start to feel like I'm invisible. You see the difference? The first one is an attack that just makes the other person defensive. The second is your personal truth. And it's an invitation to the other person to understand and help solve the problem collaboratively. Secure communication is also about active listening. This is where you listen to understand, not just to reload your rebuttal. It's about being able to sit with your partner's feelings without immediately trying to fix them, to brush them off, or to make it about you. You offer empathy first. Let's use a classic conflict: money. One partner is a saver, the other is a spender. The spender just bought a pricey new phone without talking about it first. In an insecure relationship, this is basically a declaration of war. The saver might explode. How could you be so irresponsible? You're always wasting money. The spender, feeling attacked, shoots back. It's my money. I can do what I want with it. Stop trying to control me. The conversation becomes a series of character assassinations. Nothing gets solved and resentment just builds and festers. In a secure relationship, the approach is totally different. The saver, even though they're upset, takes a breath and starts soft. Hey, when I saw the charge for the new phone, I felt a knot in my stomach because we hadn't talked about it, and I'm feeling worried about our budget. This softened startup invites a real conversation. The spender, because they don't feel like they're under attack, is way more likely to listen. They might respond with, you know what, you're right. I got excited and I just jumped on it. I should have talked to you first. Let's take a look at the budget and figure this out, or decide if I should just return the phone. The conversation is about the behavior and the feeling, not the person's character. They stay on the same team, tackling the problem together instead of turning on each other. That's the foundation of secure communication: honesty, vulnerability, and a shared commitment to getting it. Now, we're halfway through the video. If any of this is hitting home, let me know in the comments which element you find the most challenging or the most rewarding. Your stories are a huge part of what makes the mental health community as a whole so great. And hey, while you're down there, if you're getting something out of this, consider subscribing. We get into topics just like this every single week to help you build stronger, healthier connections. The third element is all about creating a safe harbor or a secure base. This idea comes straight from attachment theory, and it basically means your relationship is a place of comfort and strength that you can count on when life gets stressful. It's the feeling that when things get tough, your partner is in your corner, no question. Now, this doesn't mean your partner is your therapist or that they have to solve all your problems. It just means that they're emotionally available. When you're upset, they don't shut down, get defensive, or tell you you're overreacting. They turn towards you. They can help you co-regulate, the clinical term for when they help you calm your nervous system just by being a steady, loving presence in the middle of the storm. So what does this look like? It's the small, consistent stuff. It's your partner bringing you a cup of coffee without being asked when they know that you're stressed out about work. It's you letting them vent about their family drama without jumping in with a bunch of advice they didn't ask for. It's being able to ask for help without feeling shame and giving help without feeling resentment. Let's say someone gets a really disappointing performance review at work and comes home feeling like a total failure. In an insecure dynamic, this vulnerability is met with not great responses. An avoidant partner might feel super uncomfortable with all those emotions and say something like, well, no use dwelling on it. What should we have for dinner? An anxious partner might absorb all of your stress and make it about their own fears, asking, are we going to be okay? Are you about to lose your job? Both responses leave the person feeling even more alone and misunderstood. Now, in a secure dynamic, the response is all about support. The partner comes home, shares the bad news, and the secure partner stops what they're doing, looks them in the eye, and says something like, wow, that sounds awful. I'm so sorry. Sit down. Tell me what happened. They just listen. They don't immediately try to fix it with, well, you should march in there and talk to your boss. They validate the feeling first. Of course you feel defeated. That's a really tough thing to hear. They might offer a hug and then, and only then, they might ask, what do you need from me right now? Do you want to just vent? Do you need a distraction? Or are you in a place where you want to brainstorm about what to do next? The partner creates a safe space for the crappy feelings to just exist. They show their partner that all of them is welcome, not just the happy, successful parts. That's a secure base. It's knowing you have a soft place to land when the world feels hard. This last one might be the most important, and it's the one most people get wrong. Secure attachment is not the absence of conflict. It's the ability to fight, mess up, disconnect, and then find your way back to each other. It's a cycle of rupture and repair. A rupture is any moment of conflict, a misunderstanding, a sharp word, or a full blown argument. They are going to happen. The magic of a secure bond is in the repair process. Repair is a deliberate choice to reconnect, apologize, and understand what just happened. The most stable and happy couples aren't the ones who don't fight. They are simply masters of repairing. What does repair actually look like? It's more than a mumbled, I'm sorry. Real repair means taking responsibility for your piece of the mess, showing you understand how your partner felt, and talking about how to do it better next time. It's coming back to the conversation after things have cooled down and saying, hey, can we talk about what happened earlier? When you said A, B, and C, I felt really hurt, and then I reacted pretty badly by saying X, Y, and Z. I'm sorry for my part in that. Let's go back to Sarah and her husband, Sean. Imagine they have a fight about weekend plans. Sarah feels like Sean isn't making time for them, and Sean feels like Sarah is being too demanding. Voices get raised, someone walks out of the room. That's the rupture. In an insecure relationship, that rupture could last for days. It could turn into the silent treatment or a storm of anxious texts begging for forgiveness. Both people might just swallow their resentment and the issue never gets addressed. It actually just gets buried, waiting to explode again. In a secure relationship, after they've both had some space, one of them starts the repair process. Sean might come back and say, okay, that got heated. I'm sorry I walked out. My reaction was about feeling controlled, which I know is my own stuff to work on, but I want to understand what you're feeling. Sarah, seeing he's making a real effort, can soften and respond, I'm sorry too for how I brought it up. When you made plans without telling me, the story I told myself was that you don't want to spend time with me, and it made me feel alone. You see what's happening there? They're talking about the real feelings underneath. Sean's fear of being controlled, Sarah's fear of being lonely, and not just the weekend plans that he made. They validate each other's experience. Sean can understand why Sarah felt lonely without having to agree that he was trying to exclude her. They might end the conversation by finding a compromise, and maybe even a new system, like checking in on Wednesdays about weekend stuff, so that they can make sure that they're both on the same page with how everything goes. The fight actually becomes a chance to get closer and to understand each other better. It strengthens the relationship because it proves that Sean and Sarah can survive a fight and always find their way back. So that's it. The four pillars of a truly secure relationship. First, that sweet spot between being together and being your own person. Second, communication that's about getting clear, not being right. Third, creating a safe harbor for each other, a place to go when life gets rough. And fourth, the powerful skill of rupture and repair, turning conflict into connection. The most hopeful thing about all of this is that secure attachment isn't a personality trait that you're born with. It's a set of skills and habits that anyone can learn and practice. It doesn't matter what your past relationships look like or what your attachment style has been. By focusing on these four things, practicing brave communication, being a safe base, cheering on your partner's independence, and promising to repair things after a fight, you can actively build a more secure bond. A secure relationship isn't some final destination that you arrive at. It's a daily practice. It's the moment by moment choice to turn towards your partner with empathy, honesty, and courage. And it is, without a doubt, the most rewarding work you will ever do. Thanks for watching. If this helped you see your relationship in a new light, please give it a thumbs up and share it with someone you think might also need to hear it. Don't forget to subscribe for more ways to build the relationships that you really deserve. I'm Chris Nackos, and I'll see you next time here on the Seaglass Perspective.